Hello guys, welcome to you all in this new JavaScript useful snippet series. So in this series we are gonna basically talk about some shortcodes which is useful in your JavaScript development. So if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please go down below and subscribe it right now. So you will get notification whenever I'll upload a new episode in this series. Now let's get started. In this episode we are gonna talk about function called memoize. This function will be used to remember any education, uh, like if we think about any project, like we will have any one or two functions in our project that will continuously call, and it will have same input in the execution. So what we can do, since we have same input in a function again, like we shouldn't have to execute the function second time, because we already did it with the same input once. So to remember that inputs output, we can use this snippet, and we can use this function to just give back output what we received at first time without an execution. So it will save us a lot of time. Now let's see how, like, what is actual this snippet will look like. So for that I'm going to just create a full one function, name it as memoize, and in that function I'm going to just pass parameter as function, and in return I'm going to first create a one constant called cache and store it a new map into it. Map is nothing but an just constructor to create empty object where we can store key value pair data. And now next constant I'm going to create is cached, which will be a function. So in that constant I'm going to just pass value whatever like I'm gonna get from function. And now in that function only I'm gonna return that if cache has this value already in that object, like if my object consists this provided key into my object, then I'll gonna just get it and return it into this function only. Otherwise what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first call this function with the method called function.call, and in that function call I'm gonna just pass the value and my current object. And then once it called, I'm gonna just set whatever value I'm gonna whatever output I'm gonna get with the like input which I'm or input or parameter which I have passed, right? So it will be as a key and my output will be as a value, and then I'm gonna just return whatever output it is in cached function. Now I'm gonna just return my cache function whatever value I have over there. So like in return, if I wanted to get and result of it as well, then I can get. So let's see with example how we can use it here. So for that I'm gonna just first create two string. Both string will contain some character of string. The first one I'm gonna write just hello world, and second one I'm gonna enter just an emoji. So now in a next thing I'm gonna create a function or education function which uh, which will be just an example. Instead of that, you like create your own function, or you can like use whatever function you are already in your app. So here I'm gonna create a byte size function which will be used to get byte size of given string, right? So I'm gonna just create that function byte size. If you like wanted to learn more about byte size, I have created another tutorial on it, so you can check it out from above card. Now in I'm gonna just wrap this byte size with my memoize function, so it will be like consider as that I have to remember this function's executions. So I have wrapped it and stored it into memoized byte size. Now let's see and let's execute this function with some inputs. So before I'm gonna do it, first I'm gonna just make my time entry. so we can actually see a difference how much time it took to execution. So for that I'm going to use performance.now. So it is just similar to get time or time function. So this is also like a default web API you can use performance.now. So if you wanted to learn more about it, just comment me down below and I'll let you know more about it. Now first I'm gonna just record a time before execution and call these two functions with the different inputs. Each one will have those two string which I have created at above, string 1 and string 2. Now after both execution I'm gonna create another time entry and like both time difference like this console.log first time took. Then I'm gonna just like do t1 minus t0, so it will give me a difference in millisecond. So this will console like what time it actually took in execution of those two functions. Now we have like provided those two input in these functions. Now let's just provide it again and let's see now what time it like take for to call. So I'll just write this same code twice in next line and we will see and we will compare both console in our result. So here you can see we have like very slightly this is like a very, it was not very complex function, it was just a simple function. So we have some difference over here, but it is not that large, but still we have quite good difference over here. So just let things that we have one complex function where we are, and also we have like frequently input same input in our function. So at that time this snippet can like save our most of a time for of education. So if I have remembered what my output will be with this respective input, then this function will just return me the respective output, so I don't have to execute again and again. So this is the main advantage of this function. You can use like wherever you wanted to fill, like this is the function where so thank you very much guys to watch this episode, and please hit like button if you found it informative, as well as share with your friends and colleagues, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, so I will upload a new more and more episode like this.